self-proclaimed self-proclaimed socialist Twitch streamer who makes millions of dollars a year, Hasan Piker, recently went on stream and said that he has it harder than those who work a 9 to 5. And it wasn't received well, as you can imagine. There is no way that he genuinely is trying to argue it's harder to be a Twitch streamer that makes millions of dollars.
Can you play it?
Than working a hard manual labor job.
Well, what he's saying is
Not even that,
it drains his social battery. That's what it does. So.
All right, let's see what he said.
Here we go.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Okay.
It's
Continues to sit in silence because that's what Twitch streamers do.
It's not the. I don't know if it's as bad as the one time where like the cart worker in New York City was getting this chip stolen by people, and he basically said like, "Why are you complaining?" Like,
dude, he's the king of shit takes
about being ridiculously, disconnected from his own audience.
I mean, this guy, took the picture of him wearing the shirt that says "Make the rich pay" when he literally lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion. He's a Nepo baby because of his uncle Cenk Uygur. And doesn't have any empathy for actual working class people and thinks that he has it harder than them and lies about the amount of money that he makes, claiming that he makes doctor or lawyer money, which is an absolute lie. Just ridiculous.
He's literally a dumb chick. Like he acts like a dumb chick. Like a dumb hot chick, which he is. He's a beautiful chick.
Also, he's claiming that he's being taken out of context here.
You got a stink bucket in your hair this time.
What is going on?
I don't know. It's right there. Yeah, you got it. I just don't know how you could even. I mean, I don't know what kinds of jobs he's had. I can only speculate. But if you have ever worked 9 to 5 at like an office, and that 6 o'clock comes in, or whatever, 5 o'clock comes in, and you want to desperately leave, but you gotta stay those extra 10 minutes.
And just the 10 minutes feels forever.
Yeah, because you know that if you are the first one to leave, everyone's gonna start talking mess, and that whole stupid rat race. And first off, you can turn off the camera before 9 hours.
Right, like no one's sitting here forcing you at gunpoint to stream for 9 hours at a time. That's a choice.
I understand it may be optimal. You know what I mean? But
maybe, but for most of them, like when I see clips of Twitch streamers, a lot of them are just sitting there. They're eating, they're like playing with their hair, whatever. They're just scrolling TikTok or they're scrolling Twitter or something. It doesn't involve that much intensive work, and he's claiming in this longer clip that this is the same level of intensity as like giving a presentation to a board meeting.
Oh, to give the devil his due, he is a political streamer, and he has made enemies, deservingly or undeservingly, and I mean, he is very famous in his own right, so I'm sure that a lot of people have taken him out of context, and it's been very soul draining to perhaps have a very, I mean, I'm giving him a lot of credit, but like maybe having a really good eloquent point and someone clipping him and, taking him completely out of context. And that must be very frustrating.
There's a $20 one here from Cody Bedreau. Oh my God, our job, Mary. It's so difficult. How do we do it?
I think this is my last straw. Like, I can't do this anymore.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, thank you for the $20. Cody Monroe said, has he ever worked a 9 to 5? Tell that to factory workers that streaming is more soul-sucking than their job.
And the long and the short of it is this is the same thing that happened when the woman was complaining about working 40 hours a week. Nobody wants to hear you complain about your job because everyone's going to assume that their job is worse. That's human nature, okay? However difficult your job may be, you do yourself a favor by not making it out to be something horrible, because people will have a little bit more, just a tiny bit more respect for you if you don't pretend like it's the end of the world because you find your job a little bit difficult.
Well, look, instead of acknowledging that, Hasan took this criticism and had a full meltdown on Twitter and totally spiraled. He said, "It's wild how this completely out of context clip made its way to Twitter so fast. I was talking about how much a 9-hour stream eats away at my social battery and how I can't socialize after. Comparing it to my sales job before, I recognize how fortunate I am every day."
If he worked sales in real life, he was probably pretty good at it.
Do you have this 2-ish minute
I don't think I have that
clip?
one
Because
yet.
he posted the full context. I mean, if we really want to be fair to him,
You want to send it to me?
let's hear him out. I just sent you the link.
Okay. Oh my god, I have to open a link. Mary, how do I do this job every day?
It must be
I wonder if he'll
soul-crushing.
give us positions as well now that, you know, this guy's a commander. Phil's a commander. I wonder if we'll be cadets. Infantrymen.
No. Social battery wise, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're out of touch with them. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same fucking way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay? I'm telling you, as someone who did both, like 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours
sure
of that, I
that's
could
true.
probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me. But I can't fucking do more social shit. That's my point. Like,
Okay, we got $20
There are
from DCNC. He said, "Game time. Who am I? Adult film star and progenitor of OF thoughts. My first father gets off a murder. Second father becomes my second mother. Had progeny with a mentally crippled person named kid after a cardinal direction."
Kim Kardashian.
Boom. Bingo. Thank you for that.
real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type shit. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth.
Wow.
I like the idea that
I
there-
have to
No,
stream for
I
9
like
hours
the
at a
idea
time.
That there actually is somebody who sets a schedule for him. Just doesn't know it.
Like, you literally make your own schedule, and your commute to work is walking to the 5th bedroom in
Also,
your mansion.
quit. You're rich. Quit.
Yeah, he literally could quit. Like, if
You're
he
done.
didn't want to work for the rest of his life, he could definitely make that happen. And then he said, these people farm these stupid people on Twitter for $3 in Twitter as revenue with clips like this. Of course, I don't think Twitch streaming is harder than a real job, you dumb F. It's, however, better than whatever the F y'all are trying to do on this increasingly more dog shit website. Twitter absolutely is just straight up 4chan now. So many people's brains are cooked. One day we will study its impact on a generation of school shooters who grew up on here and Reddit, but it will be too late.
He made it about school shootings.
All anyone said is, hey, being a Twitch streamer is probably easier than a 9 to 5, and he started to accuse us of being school
Also, you might
shooters.
want to look at the statistics of who ends up being school shooters. Just as an aside
He
of
just
the accuracy of his point.
this guy needs to take some time offline. I think he needs to log off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
I think if that's having that much of an impact on him that he can't socialize anymore, 'cause I just don't relate to that because I don't see what we do as socializing, right?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the same thing as us sitting around having a casual conversation. This is not socializing to me.
No, there's a performance element to this that's very different than... Actually, there are times where I wish the casual conversations could be captured, but the nature
Yeah.
of being live makes that impossible. The nature
Kind
of
of,
having to
yeah.
put on headphones and talk into a mic changes the social dynamic in a
So,
way.
like, after we're done doing this, there have been plenty of times where I wanted to socialize after, but maybe that's just a personality thing because I'm more extroverted. I just don't see this as draining my social battery because this isn't, like, social.
And I'm kind of the opposite, whereas like I'm not a super social person to begin with. So like when we're done, I don't know if I would notice a difference, right? Like, I noticed that when I'm done, it's actually, like, if a show goes really, really well, that's as close to, like, the same feeling I would have after a really, really good day skating, right? Where it's like, I'm actually energized. I'm sore, but I'm energized. Here, it's like, I'm mentally tired, but I'm happy with how it went. So I'm in a really, really good mood. But the idea that you would even compare that to somebody working a 9-to-5 job, it's just, even if you find it to be a comparable one-to-one, it's not going to win you any fans from people because the nuance is lost and there's
just
no
because of the
reason to do
rich. Yeah, honestly. And honestly, in fairness, I do think a lot of what he's saying is true. Like, truly, I think it. Despite
just the wrong messenger.
Yeah, I mean, just the wrong messenger, the wrong way, and regardless of the fact that dealing with Destiny and Destiny trolling you at infinity is like soul draining. I mean, it must rock being a millionaire.
It is. It's like it's like Kim Kardashian saying, "Just work harder." Good message, wrong person to like. Shouldn't matter that who delivers it, but wrong person to deliver it.
Not great delivery.
Listen, my sex tape did not take off, and
I don't know, like, if this is just a nitpick, but like, I hate how much he swears in his streams, because it's like he uses those swear words as filler words because he's not actually that good at presenting information. And it's like, I'm just so angry at you that you don't understand my point yet because you're so dumb. And he's just like dropping F-bombs left and right. Yeah. It makes you sound very dumb.
The whole thing is just it's just weird to me because I just don't find that the comparisons would actually work for most people. And for the average person working a regular job, they don't want to hear about what's difficult about your job because they're looking to you for entertainment, right? Like, we dump on television and movies all the time, but it is true that they work 12 to 15 hours a day and they put in long hours to make their crap product. But if the product is crap, nobody cares that you work 12 to 15 hours. People see the end result.
You have to go see the Disney movie in theaters because they worked hard on it. And they deserve your money.
I could never. I'm so absurdly grateful that I don't have to like go into an office anymore and be like, "Oh, hey, Susie, how you doing? Oh God, that Trump, right?" Like, I'm so glad I don't have to do that song and dance anymore.
Maybe it's also like this is purely anecdotal, but for me, I worked a lot of jobs that were not careers for, extended periods of time. But because skating was my focus at that time, I never saw them as soul sucking. But that does not mean that I did not acknowledge that I had coworkers who very much felt like they were at the end of the line for where they were, whether you're working, like I worked at Target as in the photo lab. My first job was pushing carts. I did apartment maintenance. I did medical supply delivery, all jobs where there was at least a couple people who did see their things that way and acknowledging that that's a very real thing in the world. But for me, because I had something else that was my main focus, I didn't see it that way. But it's absurd to pretend like other jobs don't do that.
Well, the reason that Hasan is the wrong messenger for this is because as a socialist, he doesn't believe that hard work or having a work ethic is valuable.
Yeah.
Like, he does believe that we should all get to live off of government handouts forever and that work has no value. It doesn't edify you as a person. It doesn't build character. There's no value in working. And he believes that none of us should have to do anything hard in life, and that's the way that society should work.
The other distinction that people were making here was: is streaming difficult? No, but is becoming successful at streaming difficult? Yes,
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.